the official, speaking for the officials, Marie Kurtz.
Thank you. I actually used to be Marie Fields. Alice Bixler called me a while back saying that y'all were going to honor my parents. And would I be here and able to talk on their behalf? And I said yes. Because what an honor for a child to be able to talk about what wonderful parents they've had and their contribution to what they spent a lot of their life on. So forgive me, I tend to cry. And before I do that though, I'm going to take this opportunity, I know I'm deviating, to talk about Alice and Irma. I know I don't look my age, but about 50 years ago, when we started at BMX, I had the chance to get to know these ladies and work hand in hand for many, many years. And although we didn't always agree, I would say 90% of the time we did. And I have to tell you, to see them here and what they have accomplished by never stopping for everyone in this industry, especially for the children. It was always about the kids. So I want to wholeheartedly thank you on behalf of my parents and my family. Back in, I have notes. In 1973 is when my brother Eddie, who was the middle brother, first got on a bicycle at our local community area. Our sheriff's department was having a bicycle race. So flat, around the parking lot. He hopped on it, he got this bike from his cousin, I believe. Mom and Dad were there, and the little young man won. And as soon as he did, that was it. Mom and Dad are like, okay, let's go racing, because that's what they wanted to do. So from there, they went to a track in Longwood called Bear Claw. So back in the day, just like Lenny was talking about, it was tires, woods, and nothing fancy. Mom and Dad are the type of parents that whatever sport the kids were involved with, they hopped in. They had to help. If you knew my dad, he always knew a better way, like it or not. But they were there, wanting to do whatever it took to be successful for their children and help the industry. So they got involved, and about, 2 years later, Dad got with the community, and he opened the first park racetrack in Barnett, in Orlando, the Barnett Park, 78. From there, he had the pleasure and the opportunity to meet up with George and Mary Esser. Back then, we opened under the National Pedal Sports Association. So George and Mary talked to Dad about why National Bicycle League is where they should go and what the meaning behind that was. And my dad agreed. The content and the offerings and the training they offered, he felt was much better. So then he got a hold of Alice, Irma, and all the Florida tracks, and they had a meeting to decide which way they should go and why. And in their hearts, they really believed the growth opportunity was with the NBL. So I was really proud to see my dad be part of that leadership team, which brought the National Bicycle League not only to Orlando, but throughout the state of Florida. From there, one of his proudest moments, we moved from the Barnett facility, the county closed us down, and then we had to go and find a new truck. So my dad, he was in the know, he knew a lot of different county commissioners, different people and friends. Mabel Butler was one of his favorites in Orlando. Was able to secure the funding to open a track in the Central Florida Fairgrounds, which became known as one of the world-class tracks at that time in Orlando. He recruited the whole family. You did not say no to Art Miller. So anyone that knew my father he may ask you nicely, and then he would say, okay, now Marie. So he opened the track, and one of his proudest years, I think, was in 1985, when we held the World Championship. We had state races, we had the national championship, and then we held the World Championship. And for him, what meant more than anything else in the world was when that rider would come up to him and say, hey, Mr. Beeler, your track, it's cool, man, it's the best. And that's what drove both him and my mom. They worked many, many tireless days. As many of you in this room still come to the house or come up to Orlando, one of his favorite treats, whether you liked it or not, was having one of his wiener dog lunches. You can say, okay, time to take a break, go over there, sit down, relax, and here's your hot dog for the day. And then if you deviated from the plan or you got a little distracted, he had a whistle. Did he not, Michelle? And he blew that whistle, and whether you were a parent, a rider, a referee, an NBL hotshot, as he liked to call the state and national officials, you made sure you finished your job and you did it right then and there. What I would like to do in closing, I want to read an article from 1980, and it'll just be a minute, that they wrote with my dad and mom when he talked about the sport of BMX. And I quote, "To the Beelers, motocross racing is more than just an award-winning sport. It provides our children with competition that is needed to succeed in today's competitive world," says Arnold. But more than that, racing teaches them responsibility. Philip, which is my youngest brother, is responsible for his bike, even though he rides for Robinson Racing Products, who supply the bike uniform and pads, and much of the equipment needed to compete on a national level. He is still responsible to help financing his hobby. He earns extra money by working in Eddie, his older brother's, paint shop in Orlando. There's another reason dealers give as a good reason for racing. Eddie got his start by painting his first bicycle, and now has his own business. Only now he mastered the trade of painting and refinishing automobiles instead of bicycles. We didn't tell our kids they had to do something, but if they decided and wanted something, we backed them up and went with them. But it wasn't only the Beeler kids who benefited from concern and care of Art and Tony. They almost never went to races without some of the neighborhood kids. It's a hard, competitive, demanding, and strenuous sport, but the Beeler clan thinks it's well worth the effort. Art and Tony spend an average of 10 to 12 hours a week at Barnett Park getting ready and officiating at the weekend races. Art and Tony are proud of their close-knit family group, family friends, and track supporters, and they're proud of the experience motocross racing has given them. Thank you.
Thank you. If I could ask all of the official inductees to come on over. And their representatives.
Love you with all my heart.
That's my job.
I don't know. Do the alphabetical order again.
You're stronger than me, bro.
I'll give it a second while everyone's moving over here.
Get your old ass up there.
Thanks so much, much to Jen for keeping me in order here. Here we go. First up, for the Art and Tony Beeler. Come on up. Congratulations. Kathy Bostrom, I don't see Kathy tonight. Kelly Doan. And Steve. Uh-oh, we need an extra hand. Congratulations. Next up, Jeff King. Congratulations, Jeff. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. BMX. Grumpy's not here? No Magmar. Charlie McGuire. Congratulations. John, sorry, doing this. John and Laura Pingle? Pingle, no. There's Pingle and there's Pringle, that's different. Congratulations. Laura Pringle. Congratulations. Gary Smith. He's has. Jim says.